That's a great question. I would say, first and foremost, this is not a war between Israelis and Palestinians or between Jews and Muslims. This is a war between Hamas and the citizens of Israel. Hamas targets civilians. It does not target the government. It does not target the soldiers. It targets civilians in order for civilians to be killed. Now, in Hamas's original charter, it stated that their goal, was to destroy all the Jews of the land and to wipe them from the river into the sea in order to then eventually wipe the rest of the Jews off of the map of the earth. So it definitely is an anti-Semitic war where they're trying to kill the Jews and remove our presence on this land. And they're using Palestinians and their struggles, which are legitimate and are current, in order to push their agenda. And I think most media out there are talking about Palestinian casualties only when it comes to Israel. They don't talk about the thousands of Palestinians that died in the Syrian civil war. They don't talk about the hundreds of thousands of Palestinians that are still to this day suffering in refugee camps in Lebanon and in Jordan. They don't talk about Palestinians that are suffering on the border of Gaza and Egypt or under the Palestinian Authority and Hamas that are on their 20th year of their 4-year term. There's no freedom of speech and they're completely oppressing their peoples. So for me, Palestinians are my cousins. They're my family. We are connected and we both belong to this land eternally. The problem is that there are outside forces, some medias and some corporate groups and interest groups that are using this opportunity to use Palestinian struggles when cherry-picked and only when it fits their agenda, of course taking all the context out of it of how we've gotten into this situation to begin with, and using that as political ammunition to attack Israel's right to exist, which is anti-Semitic. If someone was against India's right to exist because they didn't like Indians, that would be a form of being against Indians. If someone was against the civil rights or the rights for black people, that would be a form of being against black people. If someone is against the right for the Jewish people to self-determine on their ancestral homeland, that is a form of being against the Jewish people, aka anti-Semitism.